Yeah, funny story. When I was writing this New York Times Magazine article, Is Sugar Toxic?, I interviewed the president of the Corn Refiners Association. The corn refiners make high fructose corn syrup, and they're obsessed now with getting us to understand that high fructose corn syrup is another form of sugar, which it is. So I'm interviewing this woman over the telephone, and I felt like I'm not going to, lie to her about what the article's about. If she asks me, I'm going to tell her. She says, "What's the article about?" I said, "It's about biochemists who now believe that sugar is almost literally toxic." And then she spends the next 20 minutes, telling me why high fructose corn syrup is no different than sugar, which I agree. That's one of the things I'm trying to clear up. And then she asked me, what do I think about this biochemical argument? And I said, well, basically, I buy it. If you just look at the biochemistry, the null hypothesis, what we should believe until convinced otherwise by compelling evidence, is that sugar is killing us. And she didn't care. All she cared about was that I understood that high fructose corn syrup is no different than sugar, as though they have such faith in the ability of sugar to carry the day. That this product is carry on, we keep selling it, we keep consuming it, we're not going to stop. You can tell people it's killing you, you can tell people it's killing your children, and we're going to continue to do it. It's like how we communicate love in America. I mean, you have children, you read these kids' books, they all end with like grandma baking cakes or lemonade or, what to do with the Halloween snacks. It's hard to imagine that going away. The argument has always been that sugar is the cheapest calories, so in a world where there's not enough food available and people are starving, Lord knows you don't want to take away their sugar. This was an argument that the Harvard nutritionist Fred Astaire made in the 60s and 70s. In fact, I should probably share with you the 60 Minutes episode we got from 1977-78 when they did sugar, and Fred Astaire's on it. And Astaire prided himself on taking money from industry to build his department. That's what he thought was part of his job, and he got exposed in the 70s by Ralph Nader's organization for basically taking hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from the sugar industry, the cereal makers, and then arguing that sugar is healthy in Congress and on 60 Minutes. And one of the arguments was, look, it's a cheap calorie. We need the energy, we need the calories. You have to give them to people who are starving, and how can you take that away from them? And if you talk to the American Diabetes Association, I've had this issue. They feel, why should diabetics not get to eat the same sugar that everyone else eats? So as long as they can take their insulin, as long as they can take their drugs, let's let them eat sugar. It's a little bit crazy. I mean, they've been trying to get us to eat less fat. You don't say, why should people not get to smoke the cigarettes that the French get to smoke when they tell us not to smoke, but you just don't tell people not to eat sugar. It's like the whole world has gone cockeyed, and our kids just get fatter and fatter, and we just assume that they're just not exercising enough or they're not showing enough willpower.
So is sugar killing us?
I would think so, yes. I would think sugar is probably killing us. That if you could do one thing to a modern diet to improve it, it would be get the sugar out.
Is it possible within this culture?
No.